How to make our climbing technique perfect. A route consists of a set of technical movements. The more basic movements and their variations we know, the easier it is to climb routes and the fewer attempts we need. Let's break down the beginning of a simple route. It starts with a twist lock, followed by a step-through foot switch into a twist lock on the opposite side. Then, we perform a cross move, execute a foot roll, and return to the twist lock position. Let's pause here and go into a detailed breakdown. As you may have noticed, all movements are performed with straight arms. This means we need to drop our hips onto our feet while keeping our arms extended. Let's start with the twist lock, one of the fundamental positions. We will use it constantly, so it's important to refine its execution since other techniques are built upon it. Before moving on to other elements, I recommend practicing transitions between positions using a foot roll. You need to engage every muscle in your body and memorize the sensations. At the beginner stage, the goal shouldn't just be completing the route, but rather completing it with proper technique, focusing on executing each movement correctly and holding each position. This way, we build habits and develop the right movement technique. After mastering the twist lock, we move on to the next element, the cross move. From the twist lock position, push yourself sideways toward the hold. One hand may cross over the other. It's important to press your opposite side against the wall relative to the hand you're holding with. When transitioning between positions, foot placement is crucial. At the beginner level, you can switch feet using a step-through, cross-step, hop, or foot roll to shift your center of gravity onto the main point of support. Always place your foot on the toes. Keep your gaze locked on your movements. Maintain full control. Practice each foot switch movement 10 times and revisit it in future sessions to make it automatic. This will help you perform it quickly and efficiently, without wasting extra energy. Putting it all together now, let's piece it back. Start with a twist lock. Switch feet using a step-through motion into a twist lock on the opposite side. Execute a cross move, perform a foot roll, and return to the twist lock position. Let's pause here. If you add a leg roll to your skill set, then by combining the leg roll, twist lock, and foot switch techniques, you can efficiently climb almost any beginner-level route. At the beginner stage, whenever you learn a new movement, it's important to commit to it fully and complete it properly. Before any movement becomes automatic, you need to go through a long, conscious process, focusing on control and precision in every step. Let's break down another, more advanced route start. The route begins with both hands on the starting holds and a heel hook. It's important to note that we load the hold by pressing and pulling ourselves in with the heel, creating tension in the core and increasing pressure on the foothold. The left foot acts as a back flag, helping to stabilize the body and maintain an efficient position. We start the movement by pulling the heel in closer to the wall while repositioning the hands. Next, we transition into a twist lock to stabilize the body against the wall. Then, we switch feet, return to the heel, and roll onto it to reach the next hold. The left hand is in a Gaston position, initiating a shoulder move. The left foot remains in a back flag, while the main weight is on the right foot, specifically on the heel. This keeps the body as close to the wall as possible, reducing strain on the arms since most of the weight is supported by the right foot. Let's go through it again. Starting position, heel hook, straight arms. Move the hands, transition into a twist lock to stabilize the body. Return to the heel hook, while the left foot moves into a back flag. Use a Gaston to reach the next hold, then shift into another twist lock for stability. This creates a solid base and a push-off leg for the next movement. Let's start again with the twist lock movement. Positioning your body on the wall in this movement is easy to remember using the left-right rule. If your right hand is the main hand holding the hold, Then your left foot carries most of your weight, and you press your left side against the wall. If your left hand is the main hand, then your right foot takes the weight, and your right side presses against the wall. In every movement, there will also be a regular flag of foot extended to the side that helps stabilize your position. Understanding support and stability, if we break down each technical movement in detail, we'll always have main support points, where most of our weight is distributed; stabilization points, which prevent body rotation and keep us from falling off the wall; hands as support points, keeping us connected to the wall. Let's go back to the heel roll. Just like placing your toe on a foothold correctly, it's equally important to position your heel in the right spot. This ensures you can apply pressure and roll onto it effectively. One of the biggest challenges in using this technique is engaging the muscles in the back of the leg and thigh. This isn't a movement we typically use in everyday life, so many climbers struggle with executing it correctly. To perform it properly, the key is repetition. Just keep trying. The more attempts you make, the better your brain and body will coordinate, allowing you to use the heel roll effectively. We won't focus now on how exactly to place the heel or which side to use. The main focus is to drop the toe downward. This increases pressure and makes the heel roll movement easier and more controlled. For now, the main goal is simply to activate the muscles responsible for heel engagement. Reverse flag is a technique used for balance and body stabilization while climbing. It helps prevent swinging and allows for more efficient weight distribution. Technique execution: support leg placed on a foothold, carrying the majority of body weight. Free leg, instead of hanging loose, it crosses behind the support leg and either presses against the wall or remains in the air. Core stabilization: this helps maintain balance while reaching for the next hold. When to use it: when moving sideways, especially when a regular flag is insufficient. To keep the body close to the wall and avoid getting pulled outward. During hand transitions, particularly on overhangs and traverses. Mastering the reverse flag makes climbing movements smoother and more energy efficient, reducing strain on the arms and improving body control on the route. The last element, which at first glance may seem the simplest but is actually one of the most important, is the foot swap, which is responsible for shifting the body's center of gravity. Shifting your center of gravity from one foot to the other is a fundamental part of climbing, since we are constantly working with our own body weight. I often see people struggling with footwork, getting confused, and finding this technical element challenging. That's why I recommend doing isolated drills. For example, you can use small blocks or other objects to practice foot switches without the wall, avoiding the use of your hands and focusing only on your legs. Let's go through it again. Starting position: heel hook, straight arms. Move the hands, transition into a twist lock to stabilize the body. Return to the heel hook, while the left foot moves into a back flag. Use a Gaston to reach the next hold, then shift into another twist lock for stability. This creates a solid base and a push-off leg for the next movement. Climbing is not just about strength, it's about efficiency, technique, and control. Mastering fundamental movements like the twist lock, heel rockover, cross move, and reverse flag helps optimize balance, minimize energy use, and stay close to the wall. Each element plays a crucial role in smooth movement and stability, while proper foot switching ensures efficient weight transfer. The key to progress is awareness, repetition, and refining each technique until it becomes second nature. If you want to take your climbing to the next level and learn these techniques in depth, check out my training program, where we break them down step by step.